activists. One of them, an activist named Mark Dice, demanded that the Guidestones be smashed into 1,000,000 pieces and then the rubble used for a construction project, claiming the Guidestones are a deep satanic origin, and that R.C. Christian belongs to a Luciferian secret society related to the New World Order. At the unveiling of the monument, a local minister proclaimed that he believed the monument was for sun worshippers, for cult worship, or for devil worship. Computer analyst Van Smith said the monument's dimensions predicted the height of the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world, which opened in Dubai over 30 years after the Georgia Guidestones were designed. Smith said the builders of the Guidestones were likely aware of the Burj Khalifa project which he compared to the biblical Tower of Babel. The most widely agreed upon interpretation of the stones, they describe the basic concepts required to rebuild a devastated civilization. Brad Metzler notes that the stones were built in 1979 at the height of the Cold War and may have been intended as a message to the possible survivors of a World War III. The engraved suggestion to keep humanity's population below 500 million could have been made under the presumption that it had already been reduced below that number. This is straight from Wikipedia. That's just the things that are on the surface that we see. But there's other things too. There's some other things that are anomalous concerning these stones. I truly see a clear message to humanity to conform. Interesting, in September of this year, when this block was, a notch had been carved in 2009, and an English stone or cube had been filled by the brick inscribed 20 and 14 by September the 25th. 2014 official from Elberton removed the cube. After he had thrown it on the ground, it revealed 4 additional markings. We read about this earlier: 8, 16, MM, and JAM. The whole sequence reads 8, 16, 20, 14, and MM on the top and JAM on the bottom. The cube was then destroyed on site, and pieces were handed out to the bystanders. This is pretty interesting, isn't it? We can see a lot here. Truly a lot. Interesting, too, about the 4 ancient languages that are inscribed on top of the structure. That short message: Babylonian, Classical Greek, Sanskrit, and Egyptian hieroglyphics. The 4 ancient languages. In addition to the 8 languages that are on the 4 stones, you're looking at 12 languages, right? 4 of them being ancient. Others being semi-ancient or of ancient origin. And that height, 9'3", or 19'3". See, I just automatically start adding and subtracting numbers. It's just part of what I do. 19 plus 3 is 21. Or 22, I'm sorry. 22. That's important to me, because I know what 22 actually means. 22 is completion. 22, there's 22 Hebrew letters in the Hebrew alphabet. There are 66 books in God's Word, divided into 3 sections of 22. This is truly a marvel. and somebody knew exactly what they were doing. And understand this. When the very first, let's think about the 10 Commandments. The very first commandment tells us to honor God, no other God. Love God. That's what the first commandments are about, love God. The first commandment on these stones is maintain humanity under 500,000 or 500 million, 500 million. Now in the world population, there's 7.9 billion? I think it's right. So you're looking at 7.4 billion people being out of life for them to maintain this perpetual balance that they claim with nature. We're going to take a break at the bottom of the half hour, and we will be back in just a minute with the next half hour of Diffusion of the Delusion Radio here on GWA Radio Network.
Into your love and arms.
You're listening to Diffusion of the Delusion Radio here on GY Radio Network. I am Rendo. I am the host. I'm going it solo tonight. Hopefully I'll have someone joining me tomorrow night. On Thursday night, we have the intrepid L.A. Marzulli that's going to come on and talk about his new book. And whatever L.A. wants to talk about. L.A.'s he's always a great person to talk to. He's always got something going. I look forward to that conversation we have on Thursday night at 11 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. Also, Stan Dale has agreed to come on air with me on October the 22nd. It is a Wednesday night. We're going to do it a little bit early for his sake. So check the schedule. It's over on the diffusionofthedelusion.com site. It's really easy to find. There is the schedule for Diffusion of the Delusion. Actually, the schedule there gives details of every episode of this week, plus, the one I went ahead and put something on there for Stan, so those people who follow Stan and listen to him will know, and they can make plans on their calendar. Look forward to talking to Stan too, because Stan's got a lot of things going on. Also, he's always got he's always working on stuff. If you've ever been to standeo.com and look at his webpage, you'll know it's full of stuff. He's a busy guy. Got some others who are coming on. They've agreed, and I hesitate to say any names until I get the dates pretty much locked in and the times. I don't really want to say anything yet, but Diffusion of the Delusion Radio is really going to grow. I am devoting probably a lot more energy to this format now than I am to the CPR radio. I've taught so much on CPR that there's a lot of deep things that I talk about, and sometimes I think it's time just to let people kind of catch up. So we'll save some of the meatier things for this venue. Tomorrow night we're going to talk about the hum. You know, that hum everybody's been hearing, talking about for a few years. That hum, what that hum might be. What's causing it. And will it stop? We'll probably get into some of these other noises that people have been hearing, like grating metal and booms and all kinds of stuff that people have heard for the last couple of years. And then on Friday night, we're going to have UFO testimonies. Have caller line open, and people can call in on the phones. And hopefully they'll behave. We will be screening on those, so it should be okay. We're going to have people call in with their UFO experiences. And we'll talk about some things about UFOs and exactly what UFOs may be or may not be. Should be a very interesting broadcast also. We're doing this every weeknight. Starting out pretty soon, we will be going at least 7 days or 6 days a week, and maybe an early afternoon type show on Sunday along the same kind of lines. We're going to talk about conspiracies and Nephilim and extra books of the Bible and all kinds of cool stuff.